This one's different. Looks like it died diseased.
Red, come see this.
This is some dark, sideways magic.
It's forbidden. I've read it.
Sometimes I worry about you. Ugh. What is this thing?
Banisher rule number 4.
If it oozes, don't touch it. Another botched experiment?
It may be native to the void. So, you can see me. Aren't you full of surprises, young Master Haskell?
You may talk. A Banisher ghost. Amazing. How on God's earth did you find me? Never mind that. Thank the Lord you did. Thought I was going to grow old in here.
As hiding places go, the void is quite the choice.
Yes, an amazing place. Or plane? World? The Araloo is not easily described, but it makes a fascinating study. Tell me, how did you get past the Guardian beneath the mill? Did you use a decoy?
We fought it. Don't change the subject.
You fought it? Of course you did. A good thing too. I was starting to think it was wise to me tricks. Oh, but I have so many questions.
This isn't a social call, kid. And we're the ones with the questions.
Oh. Oh. Of course.
We must talk of Caleb Watson.
Ruth's death hit poor Caleb hard. He was alone, and so he took a keen interest in my studies and was a good listener. When he learned that she could possibly return...
You saw his grief as an opportunity.
Oh. You know...
I've studied it. The actual.
Yes, and I'm sorry. I found it in a copy of The Occult.
I've met my fair share of illustrious occultists. Much is lost in translation or altered in the printing.
Of course. The power is in the words and...
Are you aware of what would happen?
Surely the acquisition of knowledge.
Do you remember Deborah?
Miss Comenius.
Your father tasked us with an investigation. One way or the other, we must return with the mystery solved.
Ah. I think I understand.
You see ghosts. You stroll the void as if it were your garden.
I'm Lammy Haskell, and I'm a man of many sciences.
That raises more questions.
What are the pillars of the universe? Which principles underpin existence? Each discipline I embrace peels back a new layer of reality. And
You did not find the void breach beneath the mill by accident.
Suddenly, you're a man of few words.
I'd rather not involve those not present.
Your father is convinced a witch poisoned his well. Caleb Watson was cursed.
We must counter the devil with knowledge of his tricks. That, my father always said, is... When I was 10, he gave me my initiation. Demonology, sir, as he would say. So I stole them. The very same books he'd forced upon me as a boy. I understand them where he does not.
You've studied demonology.
When my father forbade me to continue, those big books were very boring until they were forbidden. More recently, a good friend of my father showed me that I had only been scratching at
Who was your father?
an itinerant Frenchman who often visited New Eden. He called himself a true pursuer. As a thinker, he was prolific and for him, knowledge is the ladder to greatness, and greatness is the prize. To me,
From the looks of this place, you're knee-deep in research. What are you doing here exactly?
searching for the origin of the Harrow's plague, of course.
Of course you do.
Now, at first, I believed the water poisoned. but my father sealed. They looked for witchcraft, a foolish, uneducated suspicion, yes. But you see, the Araloo taints New Eden. Its influence leeches.
By the Araloo.
Neither named. This place is beyond words. The Araloo, Mr. McCraith, is
How can you be sure the void is tainted?
In New Eden, the threshold between our plane and this is thin. I also believe it happened before. Some years ago, New Eden was hit by another epidemic.
Was it the same illness?
I believe that first epidemic was caused by the porosity of the frontier. Although, where theirs was an affliction of burning flesh, ours is a corruption of mind and spirit. And I believe I have found its source. There is a substance, a strange ooze. You may have noticed it. This, I believe, is the true source of the It carries a particular stink, on the scent of which I experience
confusion.
I felt my movements slowing, my thinking too. Space seemed to thicken. In recent months, many in New Eden have spoken of similar feelings, of lost time. Who knows how the Araloo disturbs the mind? And the Araloo is a formidable place. Tricky. A maze. I found an oozing crack in the ground. The terrain then
Perhaps we might be able to find a way through.
Would you?
From the looks of this place, you're knee-deep.
Searching for the origin of the Harrow's plague?
Of course you do.
Now at first I believed the water poison. They looked for witchcraft, a foolish, uneducated. You see, the Araloo taints New Eden.
How can you be sure the void has tainted the region?
In New Eden, the threshold. I also believe it happened before. Some years ago.
Was it the same illness?
I believe that first epidemic was caused by the porosity of the frontier. Although, where theirs was an affliction of burning flesh, there is a substance, a strange ooze. It carries a particular stink. On the scent.
Confusion.
I felt my movements slowing, my thinking too. In recent months, many in New Eden have spoken of similar feelings, of Who knows how the Araloo disturbs the... And the Araloo is a formidable place. I found an oozing crack in the ground.
Perhaps we might be able to find a way.
Would you?
Let's go take a closer look at that ooze then.
And with that sorrow gone, I can leave. Do be careful. My home is your home. If you need anything, help yourself.
The Araloo is not your home, Lammy. But thank you.
Pardon my morbid enthusiasm, Mr. Duarte, but could I ask you a few questions?
What do you wish to know?
Do you still need to eat? Do you feel hunger? Sorry, it's just you're the first ghost I've met, in person, as it were.
I don't eat. Not in the way you do. I feel hunger. Again, not in the way you do.
Fascinating. And can you touch things, smell them? Are colours the same as you remember them?
My senses are different. It's difficult to describe how. I can see, sometimes touch. I cannot smell. Red tells me this is a blessing.
How do you manifest in this plane? Do you feel bound, or are you here by choice?
It feels as if I were clinging to a rope, high above the abyss. Even if I wished to let go, I could not bring myself to do it.
I see. What about your Banisher skills? Can you use them? Do the accoutrements of your craft still work? As a ghost, do they not harm you?
The marks on my hands and the rings on my fingers aren't actually there. They have no more effect on me than a memory.
Can you talk to any ghost you wish?
No. I sense traces of their presence. To talk to them, I must still do the work.
And yet here I am, talking to you. How marvellous. The dead are rarely as articulate, nor are they accommodating. In fact, they're often quite rude.
We should probably get going. Some other time, then.
But we've merely scratched at the surface of the great mysteries. I mean, look around us. We stand here beyond the ultimate frontier. Sorry. I mean to say, yes, Mistress Duarte.
Antea, we should get going. So, the pious governor's unassuming son is our evil Harrow's witch.
I was as earnest as he. Ah, the rank enthusiasm of youth. It's sickening, really. I don't know if the paralysis and confusion applies to me, but I feel strange, and I suspect the ooze.
Only one way to find out. Oh, God. I need a wee bit of help here. That was not pleasant. Not pleasant at all.
Take care. The place is warded. I'm with you once more.
Do you see anywhere that could help?
Keep searching here.
More fun.
Dodge it if you can.
Devil take it! oozes through the breach. It suppurates like a festering wound.
How delightful.
Let's see what lies on the other side. Where are we now?
Underground, looks like.
Wonderful.
The ooze affects the incarnate, too. Who goes there?
Is that a ghost?
I don't know. But I don't think we're alone. What might you be, then?
What was...
Innocence.
Oh, shite.
Did you just say shite? You?
Missing.
It's bigger than I thought it'd be.
Is that a house from the Harrows?
We may be below the well.
No wonder they all got sick.
feel a draft.
From the invisible.
This house belonged to a certain Antipas and Clemency Gibbs. Their land was barren. They were struggling for money.
Look up. The ooze, oozed through the very stone.
I get the feeling that we're sitting ducks. Have some of this! Try this on. Sense the ripple of a past conversation. And of all of them, just this one house fell down.
Maybe it was personal.
Could this house have been targeted by the ooze?
Obviously. Look around you.
Mr. and Mrs. Gibbs, have you read my paper?
I read it, aye.
and then I washed my hands and prayed for grace. You claim to prove that there is no curse. Well,
A witch would say that, wouldn't she?
Wherever people gather to live, disease takes hold, and I believe... What are you doing?
your evil lies shall be destroyed. We know who you are, and you shall be judged. Witch!
They were determined to do for her. She built a case for her rationality, and they tore it apart.
Die, you bastard! Stay down!
Mrs. Gibbs, I presume. Shall we?
Another shadow.
What do they want? Red, something is keeping me from manifesting.
In here? Ah, shite.
The greedy strive with purpose to bring ruin to the households of the righteous. Guilty.
Watch out!
A wee Highland kiss for you.
Sorry, not this time. Better.
You're welcome.
Now let's inspect the body.
Nothing not to make you angry. Expected no less from these girls.
They never learn, do they? Move, Red!
Have some of this.
Someone didn't want to stay dead.
Clemency Gibbs blamed the epidemic on a witch. Come from New Eden Town with the governor.
That's not what Deborah's research pointed at.
The Gibbs were not at home to rational explanations.
The greedy shall fall, and their certitudes be swamped when the final judgment comes.
See anything?
Either the water table is full of ooze, or there's another source.
Let's search upstream.
Can the blind lead the blind? Will they not both fall into the pit?
Over there.
Elusive little buggers.
Die, you bastard!
It's about to shoot. Don't step in that. I mean it.
Find a way around then.
Destroy those ghost wolves if you want me back.
And you will not be judged. Forgive, and you will be forgiven.
Were those echoes we're hearing, or the shadows speaking?
They always appear near the ooze.
So do the whispers.
But which came first? The whispers say the same things over and over.
What kind of entity would be so obsessed?
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank.
To deliver you from the way of evil, your captives are unleashed upon you.
Don't let that spectre get to the corpse.
Try this on for size.
Watch out. Spectre possession.
In your cowardice and in your pride, you thought yourself fit to lay the blame. Guilty.
This looks perfectly drinkable.
Famous last words.
Why hasn't the poison spread to the groundwater?
Perhaps it shifts and shapes, like the void. Well, at the very least, it shifts. Looks like the ooze comes from a distinct source. Shall we? Take care. The place is warded.
There you are.
Here I am.
Looking at this is giving me the willies. What's it cost? You are sent back.
This whole country is rotten to the core.
And you're just now reaching this conclusion?
If I wanted your opinion, I'd give it to you.
Perhaps if you gave me the space to have one, then we'd both be better off. Someone came through here, someone real, not just a shadow. This must be Antipas Gibbs. Hell of a fall to live through. What do you think, Antea?
You wanted the space to have your own opinion. I'm giving it to you.
Looks like the U's got him. Join in any time, Antea.
What do you think I'm doing?
This is God's land. How could we let a witch come to our community? Instructing our children, no less.
'Tis no surprise. New Eden brims over with backsliders. The governor, chief amongst them.
Aye, many had to sicken and die for him to act. But the deed is not yet done.
We must fight the Lord's good fight and cast the devil out for good. Many want to try the witch, aye, and many want to see her dead.
They brought more friends.
Did we miss a few? There's a tough one.
They brought more friends. Those things came from the ooze. They're like those oriental shapeshifters we fought in Bremen.
Obake liquefy. This is something else. The ooze reacted to our presence. The Gibbs were so angry. Pure entitled bigotry.
Maybe they were affected by the ooze. I mean, We've been snapping at each other since we got here. Something's toying with us.
I think they made the ooze. I don't think the ooze made them. Come back. We're not done here.
This is it.
You have turned your back from love, looked away when most needed. Guilty.
I need to stop at some point. Here would be all right.
Whatever you have sown, you shall reap. Alone, forlorn, misunderstood, so you shall remain.
I sense the vivid echo of a ghost's memory. A ghost left a fragment of their past here.
The devil still breathes through her mouth. We are cursed, and you are stalling.
Clemency, Antipas, please. The woman has been jailed. As per custom, she will face trial and justice will be brought to this community.
Coming from a magic user himself. But can you or your demonologist discernment really be trusted?
Dare you insinuate such blasphemy? I'm a man of faith.
Then do what God commands of you. Governor, we ask for safety. If we do not get it, there will be consequences.
The governor used Urim and Thummim, and that made his flock suspicious.
Divination stones. He must have thrown them down the well when he sealed it. But why now?
Hiding the evidence perhaps of his role in the witch trial. They connected him to the demonology he used to reinforce his authority.
That echo proves that things were getting out of hand. For his son's safety and his own, Haskell must have feared the suspicious mob.
All deserted you, none supported you.
Oh, this can't be good.
Who are you?
Confess! Let them speak!
If we speak, so you listen?
Impudence! Provocation! Read the charges!
Let Urim the Great, you have blood on your hands and weakness in your heart. Guilty!
Sworn to vanquish evil! You conspired with witches!
Sworn to banish all ghosts. Instead, you embrace one.
The charges: cowardice, oath-breaking, deception. The verdict: guilty. The sentence: pain hereafter.
I only seek the truth.
Bloody hell. Is that me? Was that cheap trick? What the hell just came out of that shadow?
It's working. Keep at it. I never wanted this. I hate the very thing I've become.
Not strong enough.
poison in the body politic. You portray yourselves as saviors sent to deliver us. But with your dark hearts, the evil only worsens. Your witches! And witches must fall!
And Tia died to help New Eden. And still we fight this curse.
What more do you want from us? You won't do that again. Almost there. No, I don't think we will.
Judgment. The guilty are known. Now justice is ours.
Enough. Can we please get out of here? That was awful. This trial. It was as if Deborah wanted us to face what she had faced. But all I feel is beaten.
I feel judged. Like I'll never be understood again. Justice miscarried here.
Of course. That's it. I know what that was. Such spectre of injustice has a name. The mythical infamy. I've only read about them. They're so rare, most think them a myth.
Haskell's cowardice is to blame. To save his own arse, he condemned a woman he knew to be innocent.
And so a terrible ghost was born, and sickness piled on sickness. Haskell has so much to answer for.
was that?
Yes, something's here. Wasn't I always?
That down there, I was tense. I was impatient.
Me too. That infamy really got to us.
Years of anger coursed through me. Yet now I can't even remember why.
Me neither. This is what an infamy does. It's over now. We're here.
I said something to hurt you. I'm sorry.
I forgive you. And I hope that you forgive me too.
kiss for you. Piss off.
Don't let it crush you.
Die, you bastard!
How refreshing it is to the soul to be at once thus delivered of that which was sown. One thing above all else, my friends, is true. The wicked are at odds with themselves.
Oh, good. His latest sermon. We haven't missed it.
The Lord's promise of salvation from hell pleases them. The Lord's salvation from misery and sin here on earth does not.
This doesn't look like salvation from misery and sin.
The wicked pray for deliverance from the fires of hell, while piling the kindling high. They proclaim their love for their Lord, yet in His name they serve themselves. Their self-regard crumbles in the light of their hateful iniquities.
So true.
Mr. McCraith, my friend, I'm so glad you agree. Now, the wicked man never questions...
I have your answers.
What? Yes, good. Perhaps we should discuss this privately, if you'll give me just a moment.
It's quite the story. You might not wish to hear it. Neither may the good people hear.
Please, this is not the time.
We want to hear the story. Let the Banishers speak.
Tell them, Red. Tell them good.
Aye. There's a story that starts with a question. A question for you, Governor. And maybe for all the good people of New Eden. If I give you a witch, will you do what you did to Deborah Comenius?
Comenius, say you? The school teacher walked with the devil and paid the appropriate price. That's the beginning of the history and also its end.
Is it, though? Now, I've learned much about Deborah Comenius and what happened to her. and it tells a very different tale.
And what story, pray you, does it tell?
It tells the story of a woman, a teacher, living peaceably among friends, until there came a plague. In fear, the good people went to their governor. "The devil walks among us," they said, "and you must save us, or we will find someone who will." This governor knew he could not save them, but he could give them a witch. She would confess, or she would be judged.
Deborah Comenius was a witch, Mr. McCraith. She was the devil's tool, and worse, much worse.
The picture of yourself that you hold in your mind is that of a great occultist.
To repel the devil, the wise and fearless man must learn the Black Spy's tricks.
Do you then consider yourself a true demonologist?